Hey, it's two crows. And my wife's working really hard, and her favorite food is cheeseburgers. All right. Got my grill outside. I'm going to preheat that. But I figured I'd show you guys my favorite way to make cheeseburgers. And it's really simple. It starts with, hamburger. Honestly, anything that's 80-20, 75-25, you want something a little fattier because that fat's going to cook out, it's going to shrink, and it's going to add some good flavor. So making sure you use that. I've also got this bowl here. I've got a scale, as you can see down here to the right, and I've got that teared out. And all of my patties are going to be, about 5 ounces. That's what you're shooting for, all right? 5 ounces of patty, and then you're going to form them, And I always pre-do this before I even get my grill going. I pre-form my patties and I cover them and I put them in the fridge. So when my grill's ready and hot, I can just season the patties and get it good and ready to go. So I'm going to do a little time skip here and show you guys what it all looks like once I have this all pattied out, okay? See you in a second. All right, these are all about 5 to 5.5 ounces each, all right? I've got them all prepped. I'm going to cover this whole pan in tin foil and have them sit and just get extra cold in the fridge. Do not season these until you're about to put them on the grill. If you pre-season ground beef, you will make it more chewy and tough. Also, while you are pattying these out, do your best to not overwork them. Just get them into a good form, then sit them down and let them sit, cover them, and put them in the fridge until they're ready to be cooked and seasoned, all right? That's the second biggest tip I can give you. Don't overwork, don't overseason, all right? Other than that, the first tip is always make sure you don't buy extra lean burger. A very simple, easy tip when you're making cheeseburgers or any kind of hamburger. If you like toppings, you can pre-prep all your toppings. Like I always cut my onion, my tomato, and get my lettuce prepped, put it on a plate, and then I'll cover it with tin foil about an hour before I start eating. And that way, when I come and I'm ready to make my cheeseburger, I don't have to cut and let my burger sit and get cold and let the cheese get cold. I can just throw everything on there, put it together, and be ready. So, as for my grill, I just have a simple Weber. It's a 21 inch, I think. All I do to start my grill, because I do not like using lighter fluid, I don't like chemicals on my stuff, so I've got these little fire starters right here, and I've got a chimney full of charcoal, all right? Once it's burning here, so I'm going to sit this down, and then I'm going to make sure that I open up this vent down here so air can flow. And because I live somewhere that I want to be safe and don't want to hurt anyone, I'm just going to take my lid right here and put it right over the top. All right. Make sure it's secure. Open this all the way so there's air flowing. And then here in a couple minutes, I'm going to come and check and make sure it's burning. And if it is still burning, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like once I get that all put in there and get the grate all heated up and everything. It's still pretty cold where I live, so this might take a second. All right, it's like 30-something degrees. I'm just doing this because my wife's working overtime and I love her. So see you guys here in a few when I've got this all set up and ready and going. Now, normally if this is the only chimney I was going to use, I'd probably let this top coal get a little more white. But most of it's white. Oof, that squeak was horrible. I'm so sorry. So, throw your hot coals down. All right. Now, I have an extra chimney. All right, down here. Because I want this to be extra hot. All right. So, dump that down. Also, invest in a heat-proof glove. It's not fireproof, it's heat-proof. It'll help you with a lot of the things going on when it comes to grilling, whether it's grabbing something hot or setting up something hot. All these coals, by the way, over on this end, these from the last time I grilled. I'm going to put them all on top as much as I can. And then I'm going to show you how these look with the grate over here on top. I'm going to put that on top and let these coals get nice and whitish all over, okay? And then I'm going to scrub that grate down because you always should clean your grate before you start grilling. And I'll show you what I do and how I do it, all right? See you guys here in a second. All right, most of my coals are nice and hot. I've got some good red. I've got a double-sided brush where some of it's metal and some of it's silicone, all right? By the way, if you're ever scrubbing with these metal bristles right here, look over your grill before you grill anything. You don't want to eat one of these. Just a word of the wise. All right. Like I said, just nice and hot now. Most of them are almost to the peak point. So I just go over like this. I go over like this. Get it nice and scrubbed. It's going to move it back and forth a bit because, you know, there's nothing holding it past just some little tongs. One more rub. All right. One more scrape. Look. Make sure there's no metal. I'm going to put this right back down here where it's not touching the ground. I'm going to cover this one more time. All right. Get that on there. Nice. There we go. Nice and sealed. All right. Got these tongs here. I only use these for coals. I'm going to close this so there's just a little bitty gap. All right. But this gets nice and hot. I'm going to show you how I season my burgers, okay? And then I'm going to show you how I cook them. So, yeah. See you guys here in a second when I'm seasoning them burgers. Hey, let me show you how I season my burgers. Now, the name is a bit weird, but it's amazing seasoning, all right? This is called Slappy Mama. Yeah, I know. It's a little funny. But what's inside of it is what's great. It's very simple. It's just a couple ingredients. See, look, I'll list them all out. Salt, red pepper, white pepper, and granulated garlic. That's all that's in here, okay? And when it comes to making cheeseburgers, honestly, this stuff is immaculate. So you got your chilled burgers that we made earlier. You just come over here. You're going to do a heavy dose, all right, on one side. And then you're going to flip each one of them, okay? You've got clean fingers, right? You've cleaned them up, made sure that nothing's, you know, dirty. Washed them. They've been in soap. So you're not hurting anything here, right? The only thing you need to make sure that you do is after you flip them like this, that you wipe off your hands, okay? So I'm going to stop the video here because I've got to wipe my hand off. I'm going to season this other side. And then I'll show you guys how I throw them on the grill and how I cook them, okay? See you in a few. Hey, it's two pros. I'm filming this on somewhat antiquated technology. Other than the camera, everything else is pretty old-fashioned. So this is extra hot. I think I have oh, there we go. There's a hook on that lid. Everything's seasoned. You're gonna put these right on the grill. Extra hot. Ooh. You want to hear that, by the way. If you can hear it over the cars in the background, there's a sizzle. It's what makes these extra great. You want some good sear on these. All right? And burgers like this will take a little bit of effort. Do not do what I just did. That's luck. Do not do that. Luck from the highest caliber. I have no idea how that didn't slip between the grates and fall into oblivion, okay? So always just be careful, bring it closer. Don't fight it, don't keep it away. We're gonna get all these burgers on here. The hard part's gonna be checking them regularly, okay? Because you have to. All right, that one flip every so often is kind of BS. Don't listen to that. You can flip these as many times as you want. They'll be juicy, they'll be delicious, they'll be yummy. I somehow, with luck, got them all on top of there. I'm gonna cover them like this, all right? There's a seal that's good, all right? That's great that it's sealed well. I'm gonna keep it that way. And the only thing that I might change is I might close this hole just a little bit. But you'll see me here in a few when I decide to flip them all, okay? See you in a bit. All right, so we're back. I'm gonna show you how these look when you flip them. Now there's hot points all throughout the grill. The middle is pretty hot right off the bat. You see how this is, it's got some color on this edge. We kind of want some more, so we might flip it again, okay? Oh, this is one's got some good stuff too. So here, we're gonna let this sit and the middle one sit. They're both cooking well. Now the outer edges, are about as cool as it can get. So we want to bring everything that we can into the middle, and see, since we've been cooking this part as well as we can, it's not falling apart. If you move them too quick, they'll fall apart. All right, so you need to flip them all and bring them as close as you can to the hot point right here. This is not cooked enough, I can tell you right now. So I'm going to move all these to the middle. See, no one teaches you how to grill properly in most of these videos. They just say like, hey, you throw it on, leave it for 5. No, you've got to move. Look, there's hot points. You see all that? That's fat falling down, making a flare up. It's cooking things at a quicker point. You just need to pay attention to all this, all right? Watch it, pay attention to the color. You see how this is cooked and this part's not, so I'm gonna have to flip it again in a few. No burger cooks perfectly on one flip on any kind of charcoal grill ever, unless you're a god or a liar. So I'm gonna show you what these look like when I cook them how I do, and how they look on a bun here in a few, okay? So just wait for movie magic, and I'm gonna show you how these look finished, okay? See you in a second. Also, anyone that wants to say it's undercooked or overcooked, this is the temperature that these burgers are resting at. This is the most cooked one with cheese. After resting, okay? 160. Alright? So it's just a little bit past the medium well. It's almost completely fully cooked. I do not undercook my burgers. This is an accurate read thermometer. This is what I aim for. Okay? Trust me. You go 165 and let it rest, it's gonna be gross. Don't do that. So, this is how my burgers look once I finish them. I've got a bunch of extra ones, but these are for my wife, so she can have dinner later, okay? These are how I usually prepare mine, with just a little bit of A1 steak sauce on the bottom of the buns. How do you think they look? Pretty tasty, right?